Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Vintage Revolver Rifle mod, which is being released by user Degenerate Dak as a part of the Commonwealth Weaponry expansion. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a wonderful new Vintage Revolver Rifle, and I quite like this thing, as it's always nice seeing more older kinds of guns in the game. And I mean, I don't know why, but I've always had a weird thing for revolver rifles. They speak to me on some level I don't understand, but I love them. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Vintage Revolver Rifle, which in its most basic and standard form will do 50 damage with a 308 round, with a firing rate of 6, range of 119, accuracy of 70, for a actually fairly low weight of just 4.7. Not too bad there at all. And as you can see, it's a pretty nifty looking gun. I do quite like it, as you know, it's just wood and metal. I always do love those sorts of older designs to guns. I always quite liked wooden furniture and all that on a weapon. And yeah, it just does look good on the modeling and texturing, and of course also does bring in some custom animations for the reload on this thing, which is pretty nice. Always good to see that. And as for modifications, we've got a pretty substantial list of things. I believe there's over 30 different attachments for this gun. Some of them, though, are just things like different cartridges to change, but still a good number of items to really help keep this gun a bit more useful into the mid to, I'd say, early late game, as you can get this thing up prior to any other perks into the triple digits damage-wise. The low triple digits granted, but still, nonetheless, not too shabby there at all. But yeah, overall, a pretty fun, neat gun. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these things, well, first and foremost, there are some requirements. You are going to need the Far Harbor DLC, as well as the munitions mod for this thing to function. Though I have to admit, I don't understand why munitions is a requirement, because, well, as you saw in the stats earlier, it's using a 308 round, so a vanilla round, and the actual, download, basically, that makes it into a different caliber, I think 35 by 70 or something along those lines, is actually an optional download on the mod page. Without that download, you're actually stuck with the 308 rounds. So, munitions may not be a hard requirement, but it does say it is when you do download this on the Nexus. But nonetheless, once you have those all installed and gun in hand, well, you'll get a gun in hand, starting at level 15, where you'll see these things on Raiders, Trappers, and Minutemen. So it's some good level list injection there. And there is also one unique custom version out in the world for you to find. Always good to have that. So let's jump on over here to the weapon workbench and have a look at those over 30 different modifications. Starting with the receiver, where it's, I'd say, pretty typical stuff, where you've got hardened, powerful, advanced, but we do of course have them in single action and double action here, so you can get up to a much higher fire rate on this thing. So it is fairly comparable to semi-automatics, which is pretty nice to have there, and always good for the increased damage with the advanced double action receiver there, bumping it all the way up to 80. Very nice indeed. Now in the barrel category, we've got a short, long, and then comfort versions of each, just with some nice leather strapped on there. Very cool. Then in the stocks category, we got sawed-off, full, gunslinger, recoil compensating, and marksman. Personal favorite's the gunslinging one because, well, more cool rustic leather on there, and it also does include bullets on the other side, so a very neat. And we then have the cartridge category here, where we can change up the ammunition to, you know, add more damage or other kinds of damage, as well as other effects, like oiled will lead to faster extraction, overall superior reload speed, hollow point to help with unarmored targets, armor piercing for, of course, armored targets, depleted uranium to add in some bonus radiation damage, and then the duplex cartridges, which actually fire 2 bullets per round, which is pretty nifty. And this is how you're going to get it into the triple digits. The advanced double action receiver plus this will bump it up to 107 damage, which is pretty darn nice. And then in the sights category, we've got standard, glow, improved, hollow, reflex, and short, medium, and long scopes. Actually, I really do like the short, medium, and long ones on here. I don't know why, but I got that little swirly bit. Is that supposed to be a spring? I don't know, but cool looking. And then finally, we've got the muzzle category where we've got either nothing, a bayonet, compensator, muzzle brake, or a suppressor. Indeed, a rustic one at that, kind of keeping with the theme of this gun, kind of an Old West meets Commonwealth thing, and I like it. It's very enjoyable. So yeah, that is all the different modifications for this weapon. So let me go over and grab my 2 modified ones, and we'll see how this thing works in action. And start, of course, with our standard gun here, and take some shots. And there we go. Nice smooth animation for the reload there that I do very much enjoy, bringing in our next 6 shots into the cylinder. And yeah, overall, just with the basic standard gun, a pretty slow firing rate, but not too hard to keep on target with that rate, even though it does give you a bit of kick. Because of that slower firing rate, it really returns back onto target pretty decently. And the sights on it, in my opinion, are a little bit lacking. That tiny little nub down there for the actual aiming can very easily get lost, especially in darker textures like so. But still, it is perfectly usable, and you're probably going to switch to one of the other sights anyways, so, you know, who cares? Now, as for the modified versions here, let's go with the compensated one here that I made, only doing 94 damage, but with a pretty good firing rate to it. And for some reason, short and hollow sight, but fun. There we go, and you can even get higher firing rates going with this thing too, if you do go with the right modifications. But I don't know, I liked this one. It was pretty neat. And then I do have the final one that I made over here, doing with the depleted uranium, 87 damage on that and 10 on the radiation. And actually, yeah, higher firing rate on this one with 52. So let's go with that. And of course, we got a suppressor. Not too bad at all. And of course, with that pretty decently high firing rate, beautiful. Very nice indeed. I also do really like the scopes off to the side of the gun. Again, just got that kind of old school westernish charm, and I very much do enjoy that. So let's see this thing in action against our usual foe, Deathclaw, and see how it goes. I mean, of course, that depends a lot on my own shooting. Oh god, maybe I shouldn't have gone with a long scope when it's that close, but still, we're hitting it all right here. So, there we go. It's already pretty decently down. I think I hit it with every shot today. Wow. You know, and I probably just jinxed myself. There we go. Oh, there we go. Did get him. Oh, he's kind of bobbing and weaving now. And, oh god, there we go. Last bullet. Oh, we did it, though. We did it. And even though this one's only 94, what the heck, with the fast firing rate, we'll go with this one and another Deathclaw, since this one's a little bit more for close range. And with the good firing rate, oh boy, I did hit him, but I do think I missed some of those shots. Oh, it's me shooting, of course I missed some things. Granted, okay, alright, there we go. You know, not doing as much damage as I was hoping, though I think I was hitting him mostly in the head, which is not the greatest for a Deathclaw. You really want to get him in that soft underbelly. But, fire rate, yes! Oh, he almost got me there with that swing. Yes, that's right, Deathclaw, run away! And, oh, missed him on that one, Alright, reload, bring him back towards us. Gotta get down from a cheese spot. And... oh, I don't like when he bobs and weaves. And he is down. Magnificent. But yeah, that is the Vintage Revolver Rifle. It is a pretty fun little gun that I have very much been enjoying my time with. I do love the Old West vibe to it. The whole revolver rifle thing, like I said, I don't know why I love it so much, but it speaks to me on some level and is enjoyable. I like that we do have single and double action receivers on the thing and plenty of modifications to really help get this thing you know, being a lot more useful and better for you into the later game, which is always nice to see, and just fun having more guns in the game, especially older ones. I do like older weapons. So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description of the video as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you have enjoyed and you do come back for whatever mod we do look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching as always. Well, have a good one.